What's going on, everybody out here in Arizona? Are you ready for summer? It's coming. We are here in April and we're quickly approaching 100-degree temperatures. That's what we're going to talk about in this video, how to prepare for the hot summers in Arizona, in Phoenix and Tucson, all across the state. Watch out for Yuma. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is how to dress for the Arizona heat. This is something that a lot of people from out of state fail to realize, and then they wonder why they get skin damage and sun damage. Well, here, I'm going to show you some of the things that I personally do to cover up to stay cool, but also stay protected from the sun. So you can see I have a gaiter. I'm going to put this all the way up here, right here, okay? Then I'm going to get one of these hats. Full brim hat. And you'll notice I have long sleeve shirt right here. Okay, so you could get a rash guard. Make sure it's lightweight, but you guys get the idea. That's how you stay protected from the sun. There is no amount of sunscreen lotion that you can put on if you know you're going to be out baking in the sun that's going to protect you. You really need some sort of clothing. And you'll look at these construction job sites and see these workers out there. They're wearing sun protection clothing more than they're wearing anything else. Not these sunscreens that, who knows what's in these sunscreens anyway. SPF 30, SPF 60, you can wear them, sure, that's great. But at the end of the day, the clothing is what's really gonna protect you. All right, when was the last time you guys actually checked on your air conditioner? Have you checked your warranty to make sure your air conditioner is within the warranty? Because the last thing you want to be doing is living in a home or an apartment complex where the air conditioner doesn't work in the middle of July. July being the hottest month out here in Arizona, right? So your air conditioner, you need to make sure that sucker is tuned up, you've changed out the air filters, you've made sure that it's working and that it's not going to break down on you in the middle of the heat of the summer. And you also want to pay attention to that warranty. So air conditioning in your house, and also check your car air conditioner. Make sure it has enough Freon. Make sure that sucker's working and ready to go come July. You're gonna wanna make sure a lot of things about your car are up and running, which we'll talk about later in this video. But the main thing I'm focused on here is your air conditioner, because air conditioning, whether you're using a swamp cooler or you're using a regular central cooling unit, or maybe one of those wall mounts, who knows? Some people even put wall mounts in their garage while they have a central cooling system in their main home. So just pay attention to the air conditioner, please. Every, probably April is when you need to start doing a quality insurance check on that. And I'll say it right now, you're gonna wanna do weekend getaways during the summertime out here in Arizona to get away from this brutal heat. That's why you guys subscribe to this channel, because we show you where the weekend getaways are, whether it's going up to the White Mountains. I'll put some links below also to show you some of those road trips that we've done, but doing a little bit of planning ahead to know where you can go to get away from that brutal heat, whether it's a weekend getaway to Greer or the White Mountains or Catalina foothills up into the Mount Lemmon. Who knows where you want to go? Maybe you want to go to San Diego, where it's in the 70s in July. Out here in Phoenix, it'll be 115 and 79 in San Diego sometimes. Or going up to Prescott, going up to the Kaibab in Grand Canyon, or going out to Utah, some of those areas. So lots of weekend getaways that you can plan for, and knowing about that ahead of time is a good recommendation that I can give you. All right, for those of you who already live here in Arizona, in Phoenix, Tucson, Yuma, wherever you are, having water near you, whether it's a community pool, a pool in your own backyard, or being able to go to the rivers and lakes across Arizona. So you don't necessarily need to go on a full-on weekend getaway where you have to stay the night, camp, whatever the case may be. Going to a lake, there's many reservoirs just around Phoenix. There's many reservoirs in northern Arizona and southern Arizona that you can get away to. Some that I'll just rattle off the top here. Lake Pleasant, for those of you living in West Phoenix. You have Saguaro Lake. You have Canyon Lake, for those of you living in the east side of Phoenix. For those of you in northern Arizona, you have Mogollon Rim, has plenty of lakes up there. You have lakes in southern Arizona, like by Patagonia. So Arizona has a lot of reservoirs and plenty of rivers. The Verde River, Colorado River, the Little Colorado. So you guys can get out there, the Salt River, and get wet. And that'll help keep you out of that brutal heat and cool. All right, so this last summer we had a lot of hot days, right? People were getting cabin fever, not just because of the heat, but because of stay-at-home orders issued for multiple different reasons that we're not going to get into on this video. But you guys get the idea. What happens when you're indoors too much? You get cabin fever. So hopefully the gyms will be open and stay open, but having these indoor activities, going to the mall sometimes can be really useful. Even if you're just going around window shopping and eating and catching a movie, hopefully those open back up. But indoor activities, you want to know what's available to you. You have Fat Cats, Dave & Buster's, bowling. You have all these different things that are available to you, but you know, sometimes you're like, okay, I've been there, done that 5 times this year. I want to try something new. So more and more indoor activities. We're actually going to make a video on this channel helping to inspire innovation and creation around Phoenix and Arizona, getting the city planners thinking by telling you guys what we can do to make this a more habitable city, more habitable state. That's what that video is going to be about. But indoor activities, they are of a premium, very valuable. You can only go out to dinner so much. You can only watch so many movies. You can only go to the mall so much. So indoor activities, the more that we have of that option helps keep the kids happy and helps keeps everybody well exercised, right? So we'll touch on this in one chapter here. And we're going to talk about plants and pets. They're both the same thing. Well, they're not the same thing, but you get the idea. So your pets, what's going to happen to your pets when you're at work? Are they going to stay inside? Are they going to have a doggy door so that when they need to go to the bathroom, they just slip out the doggy door? What are you going to do about your pets? How about your plants? Are you planting things in your backyard that are not going to be able to survive that brutal heat? So making sure your backyard has plants that can handle that summer heat. Bougainvilleas work really good, by the way. So do oleanders. Some people don't like oleanders, but palm trees, last summer, some palm trees actually died because of the extreme heat. So knowing what kind of palm trees can handle the heat, cactuses obviously work really good out here. But like I said, bougainvilleas, pretty much it takes a real special person to kill a bougainvillea. That's not easy to do. But what about the trees? So you might have some trees that are like figs or trees that don't necessarily come from here, and you're probably watering them every day. But did you know that watering your plants every day is actually bad? What you want to do is you want to do a deep water for about an hour to 2 hours, once or twice a week, depending on the plant, the tree. And what that's going to do is it's going to let the water go all the way down to the deep roots. And then what you want is that to dry up and then do it again. So certain plants require different watering schedules, but you don't want to water every day because that's going to cause root rot. People water their plants too much in Arizona, and that's what kills them. They think it's the heat, but really it's overwatering. And we've touched on this quite a few times, but the importance of staying hydrated. Staying hydrated isn't just about having water, drinking tons of water, right? It's about having the proper nutrients and vitamins in your system, whether you're getting them from vegetables or fruits, or if you're getting them from IV packets like I do. I do try to eat as many fruits as I can. They say that eating lemon juice or drinking lemon juice is really good for hydration in the morning, if you could squeeze a full lemon into a water. But tips like that about staying hydrated, you're going to notice you're not going to wake up with your tongue stuck to the top of your mouth because you're so parched and dehydrated, or you're not going to have dry lips that are cracking because of the dry weather, or your skin's not going to be flaky and dry because of the dry weather. But it does happen out here. So having moisturizing shampoos, I personally like Pantene Pro V. I mean, I know that women like that. It's not necessarily known to be a man's brand, but hey, that's a pretty good brand, especially if you get the one that has moisturizing vitamins in it. Stuff like that. Knowing how to stay hydrated in Phoenix and across the state of Arizona during those summers, really important. So I do want to touch on the house. So when you have your home, obviously you have your air conditioner. That's your most important thing. But what are some additional things you can do to keep your house prepped for Arizona summers or Phoenix summers, right? Tucson summers. Well, how about insulation? Have you ever thought about what's keeping all that cold air in your home? Do you have a crack on your door that's letting out the heat? Do you leave your screen door open because you want a breeze? Stuff like that you don't want to do because you want to close the door to keep all that cool air in your home. But insulation is really important. So insulating your garage, insulating your roof, insulating your walls. paying attention to insulation in Arizona is something that's gone back all the way to the Native Americans. They did insulation. That was their big way of staying cool. The caves, living in caves, were a way to stay cool. Even the settlers came out here. Their first thing they realized was they're going to need some sort of insulation. This was before central cooling arrived, right? So not just that, but also sunscreens on your windows to block out some of that sunlight coming in that can radiate just pure heat. So paying attention to things you can do around your house, also making sure your home is ready for all of that beating sun to come onto your stucco walls, making sure you're sealing up cracks as they are created. They could happen on the concrete, they could happen on the stucco on your walls, who knows? But those are some tips for your home. So in conclusion, out here in the summers during Arizona, you're gonna get monsoons that are gonna start around July, go to August, September, okay? Occasionally we get some hurricanes that come up from Mexico on the Baja. Those are rare, but they end up becoming tropical storms that hit Phoenix or Arizona in the south. They happen maybe once or twice a year during an El Nino or a La Nina event. So paying attention to that, you're gonna get those in the late summer. The monsoons, they can kick up, they can cause flash floods, pay attention to that. And also, knowing when the heat of the summer is. July is the hottest month, August is the second hottest month, it even goes into September. It doesn't finally start cooling down until October, and then it probably starts heating up the latter half of May all the way through. So it just starts really getting into the hundreds, latter half of May. So those are the things to know. Thanks for watching this video series on how to stay cool and prepare for the Arizona heat. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Watch some of these other videos right here.